Unbelievable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And fuck our champions! To the Pepis! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that.
Hello and welcome to Game and Frame, to St. Michael's Park, and to one of the most momentous occasions that we will see all year. It is the semifinal of USASA Region 1 qualifying for a shot at that illustrious National Amateur Fritz Marth Cup. Today it is two titanic sides in the New York grassroots football scene. It is the New York Pancyprians Freedoms who will take the pitch in their standard blue. They will take on local rivals from upstate, the Lansdowne Yonkers, in the green and white stripes reminiscent of Celtic from Scotland. Folks, there are moments that define teams and clubs and programs, and these two storied organizations who each have, following last year, they each have championships, they each have wins at the National Amateur Cup level. They will both be looking to vie for yet another opportunity. We will bring you news of the starting lineups. First, for Lansdowne Yonkers, in no particular order. Daniel DiMarco at least starts in goal. John Bernardi, James Boot, Humbert Ferrer, Kyle Galloway, Matthew Iriarte, Jared Julio, Seamus Keogh, Louis Puchol de Pozo, Liam Selman, and Edward Speed begin the match. Lansdowne will take the field and be attacking from the right to the left. Across the park, the Pancyprian Freedoms looking to defend their national amateur championship. Josh Levine begins in goal. Luis Argudo is the number 6. Jordan Bailon starts with Samir Fatazada. Joining them are the incomparable Joe Holland sporting the number 10. Danikel Mendy gets the nod with Sebastian Ruiz Restrepo, Jax Luis, and James Tristino, a name that you will have heard shouted into our microphones plenty of times. 17 goals on the season at the APSL level for Mr. Tristino. Both teams feeling the occasion. We are under the most impressive light. Our cameras are rolling, action just about to begin. Our center referee has concluded his inspection of all facets of the pitch, and it will be James Tristino to make the short walk centerward. Lansdowne have gone through their inspirational words and wisdoms. This is a game that neither of these two local rivals will want to lose out on. The Pancyprians came away with the APSL title, the domestic title. Lansdowne in PKs took home the Manning Cup. They are also, in their singular meeting this season, drawn 2-2. This one is the marbles, beginning with the Pancyprian Freedoms. To borrow from F1, we are lights out, and away we go. Levine, a quick clearance, clipped into the striker. Luis gets away with the ball for Ruiz. All the way back for Levine once again. Flipped out the other end. Hanu receives again. This is the initial season under Coach Andreas Kronis, who just last year was led by Coach Pano to a national title, then as captain, looking to make yet another mark of his leadership in this storied organization. 51 years since its inception. Last year, it was the most unbelievable clashing of fate and history, as 50 years of Pancyprian freedom met with 100 years, of USASA National Amateur Cup. Now Lansdowne in possession. A searching ball will find its target. Seamus Keogh going to work against Devin Hanu, does get a good touch, tries to force it for a throw, just catches the unfriendly side of our corner post, and it will be the first corner for Lansdowne Yonkers. The The Pancyprians do seem to have the height advantage, at least in the box, with Jack Sluis, Devin Hanu as well. Jordan Balon, wonderful in the air. This one will float towards the back post. It will be met first by Lansdowne. Joe Holland chasing down the extras and will clear it well up the line. Will that release Ruiz Restrepo? Just about intercepted there. It will find James Tristino. And again, the pitch just gets the better of these Pancyprian freedoms. He's done well to improvise. Now Ruiz Restrepo, he'll go to work in a 1v1 situation. Now 2v1. They will be aware of the creativity of the Colombian winger. And a corner just like that on the other end for the Pancyprian freedoms. It was a clash of the fives as Humbert Ferrer rose up to meet the ball off the corner. And it did look to catch the back of the head of Jordan Balon, which allowed the quick fire response. Now here are the Pancyprian freedoms. The in-swinger, it will float, it will curl, it will be Joe Holland, it'll be Sluis! It'll be just high of the mark and catch a lucky branch off that tree to bring it back into the field of play. Secondary corner opportunity for the Pancyprian freedoms. We've got a great crowd out tonight. The faithful from both organizations. Denis Kelmendi to serve this one left-footedly. Similar service, this one hanging a bit more towards the back. It's met first by Lansdowne, not cleared away convincingly. This one is better. Quickly taken over again by the Pancyprians. Kept in bounds. Lansdowne holding the ball up well on that far side. Looking for runs perhaps down this near side. They did not develop. Joe Holland. Kelmendi. Hanu pulling double duty, clearing away balls from the St. Michael's community here. Well, Jordan Balon is in an acre and has found it here. Sebastian Ruiz cutting inward. Found the overlapping run. Dylan Woods. Joe Holland now in the pocket. Still Joe Holland. Does give it up for Argudo, though Lansdowne were wise to it. Now we'll look to break at pace. 3v3, but numbers coming right back. Luis Argudo. They found it wide. A ball into the box. And high of the mark. Too sloppy, says the word of Coach Kronis. But that quick break, I mean, credit to both teams in their many different ways to build up an opportunity. Longtime fans of the Pancyprian freedoms will know that this team can burn you with their high-octane attack. Featuring this man, Ruiz Restrepo, who nodded it on. Quickly out the other way and a good touch. Now working it across the back line. Galloway. Galloway goes long. Drop back here. Pochul Del Pozo will receive it again. Jordan Balon with him. They found it inwards. Liam Walsh. The strike is deflected off of Sluis. Over the back, and Luis Argudo tries to maintain possession. Neither team really able to come to terms with the surface quite yet. Ruiz into the middle. Balon felt the pressure. Now forced into the long ball. It'll give Tristino something to chase at. Does that touch come a little too far under Humbert Ferrer? No. Tristino, though, will look to put that high press on this back line. It's a good line-breaking pass into Galloway. Galloway encounters pressure. It's flipped out. Julot. Whistle blows and points the direction of Lansdowne. Dylan Woods got the wrong end of the winger. And Jared Julot has won maybe 8 or so yards outside of the box, an opportunity, maybe 10 yards, an opportunity for Lansdowne from the dead ball. The one-man wall. Service from Lansdowne, whipped in and cleanly taken by Josh Levine. Well, beginning early are the gamesmanship as Lansdowne. Argudo very nearly did not feel that pressure and will have to deal with it. Done well. Wins the foul. The gamesmanship beginning as Lansdowne just looked to get in the way of Josh Levine's service. Woods, Ruiz, and Woods again. Luis, back for Levine. Lansdowne loading up their defensive shape really well here. Trying to go over the top, but both teams will have each other well scouted. Lansdowne will be more than well aware of the quick build-out abilities of the Pancyprian Freedoms. That was Fatazada on the ball. We've now successfully swung it round. Ruiz, no one really challenging for it in the box. Dylan Woods will let this one bounce. Although right in front of him was James Boot. Had to be more aware, the fullback. Here is Boot in the pocket. Flips it out the other way. Irayarte operating out of the middle. Well, the switch is on. Pancyprian's just seeming to have all the gateways covered. So they'll just hold this one up for now. Ferrer. Irayarte. Here comes the high press, triggered. Ruiz Restrepo gets a touch. Back to Ferrer. Pocket found, well done, and Irayarte receives it again. Has an opportunity wide of him, takes it. Here's Booth, and into the middle for Walsh. Striking opportunity deflected off of Jordan Balon. One more if it comes. Keogh trying to poke it free to Liam Walsh. Nothing doing, save for the corner as it was deflected out. Well, credit to the patience of the Lansdowne Yonkers to deal with the pressing shape of the Pancyprian Freedoms and bide their time for that opportunity. And how explosive did they get out and into the attacking third. Service will come from the far side. An outswinger. This will curl back post once again, and once again at the back post waiting was Humbert Ferrer. This one plucked out of the afternoon air once again by Josh Levine. But the contest between center backs at the back post from the far-sided corner rages on. Luis Argudo into the middle for Jordan Balon. Dylan Woods. Chanu, wise to it. Orjulo going to work against Balon, who's equal to it. Ball drilled and off the chest. Holland couldn't save it though, in trying to connect there with Denis Kelmendi. Tristino pressed and looked like both he and Kelmendi just sort of gave up on on it, even though there's a bad touch. That one is cut out well by Argudo. Wide, this is Kelmendi, pardon me. Now on the ball is Samir Fatazada, who receives it again. Fatazada catches his own deflection. Both teams seeming to just be negotiating and navigating the surface. It does seem to be a bit slower for both teams than what they may be used to. It's a good ball in the box for Hanu. Well controlled. Coughed up. Here come the Lansdowne Yonkers. Ooh, good opportunity in the middle. Can you find it? No, goes back. Irayarte gives it up. Ferrer. Good triangles there. Pochu, Del Pozo, and Kio. Ferrer. Wide again. Pancyprian shaped well. Lansdowne just a bit more determined. Levine, gut reaction save. Facing away from goal, has to turn, has to spin. Sluis has the goal line clearance. Still going. The Lansdowne Yonkers in the box, out of the box now. Julio rises one into the box. Met first by someone from the Lansdowne Yonkers. It's bouncing around ever so ping-pongingly. Well, that deaf, dumb, and blind kid plays a mean pinball, but so too do these two teams. Disguised run by Ruiz allows for Tristino to get on the ball. The throw from Woods to Tristino. Will allow me to catch my words up after that opportunity there. After all my vocal warm-ups, still couldn't keep up with the action. So one thing to note and look out for with the Pancyprian's freedoms. Now they are missing Junior Rosero, who is instrumental in their play style. As Joe Holland goes to work in the attacking third, it'll be cleared away, and Sluis will give up for Levine. But there's a lot of positional freedom with the front four. So here is Tristino operating as a 9, but he is like to drift wider. Joe Holland as well, operating as the 10. Look at him now, he's the highest man on the pitch for the Pancyprian's freedoms. So everyone capable of doing every bit of work. Ruiz Restrepo will likely hold those wide positions, but look for him to cut inside on the ball. Tristino tries to skip it out. Julio wise to it so far. The fullback, he has been cutting things out like paper snowflakes in kindergarten. This is a good spell of possession so far from the Pancyprian freedoms. As mentioned at the top of the broadcast, last week they wrapped up proceedings in the APSL Metropolitan Conference as that searching ball is cut out. And it's too easy from Tristino, though Argudo does the hard work and almost very nearly releases Tristino, if not for the defensive efforts that look to be Puchol Del Pozo. There are still a few games left for both teams, including yet another matchup between the Pancyprians and Lansdowne. That'll be on the 20th of May. Though having wrapped up proceedings, likely the Pancyprian freedoms will offer a few more opportunities to reserve team members. Vying for possession are the Lansdowne Yonkers against Denis Kelmendi, who comes up worse for wear in the exchange and wins a free kick. Luis Argudo will look for them to play this one, as no one really making those boxward runs. Pancyprian Freedoms, though, testament to their offensive ability. They have a staggering plus 55 goal differential. If you want a little bit of context, 54 points on the season. Mentioned as well, the first meeting between these two teams this season, 13th of October, played out to a 2-2 draw. Both teams in their league play have been undefeated since the spring turnaround point. And it was, of course, that last win against Nyack, a 5-0 dismantling of the New York Athletic Club to win the APSL Metropolitan title. Now here goes Sluis to offer that aerial ability. Joe Holland resetting. Wind playing a factor here. The center mid serves it up. Daniel DeMarco will handle that well easily. Julio, early involvement in this match. Seamus Keogh. Iriarte, out the other way. Wide they go. Ferrer. Past Tristino, and away they go. Walsh. Julio getting up again. Too much on it for the fullback. Dylan Woods looked to have that one covered as well. Nil-nil as we speed our way towards the 20-minute mark. For those who are just joining us, this is the semifinals for Region 1 qualifying to be one of 4 teams to represent their respective regions at the National Amateur Championships this year in Milwaukee. Last year I was fortunate enough to be on the call at that tournament as the Pancyprian Freedoms won their first ever National Amateur Championship, a trophy which has eluded them in their 50-year history. A thorough dismantling of the Milwaukee Torrent. There's no foul on that. Cleared away. A little too tight for comfort, but here's Tristino. Oh, just a miscommunication between Tristino and Ruiz, who thought he could keep running, though Holland did keep running. But it was 1 against 2. Pressure allows and forces a quick clearance. Bailon flicks it onward. Fatazita, good pressure, but Iriarte did well to deal. Here's Keogh. Could not connect with the striker, and all the way to Josh Levine. Quickly deals out for Sluis. Woods has some room to run. Can he slip it past? No, but he might be able to get it again. Isn't able to. Everyone trying to swallow this one up. It's a clean challenge from Iriarte, who has bossed the midfield so far. Even against the likes of Luis Argudo and Joe Holland, the number 13 has come up with a little more luck. Good press. Too tenacious though. But that is an opportunity if you're the Pancyprian Freedoms, you have to step on. That pass was too slow and put Ferrer under too much pressure. You cannot commit the foul there. You have to be able to make that play on the ball. Levine, this one will stay in bounds too, though it looked to be curling outward. Great touch by Tristino, and is able to connect with Argudo. Back for Hanu. Kelmendi is wide, but Kelmendi keeps moving himself forward and effectively out of the play. Holland cuts it back. Fatazita. That was almost unbelievable that they were able to keep possession. Oh, catches Julo slipping. Both of them slipping there. And Puchol del Pozo will come away with the ball. Advantage played. Dylan Woods with them. And once again, Liam Walsh commits the foul, but really at fault was the surface once again. Especially on this near side is where both sets of players just seem to be unable to catch their footing every now and then. This is a bit underfoot from where I'm standing. It feels a bit softer turf than what players in the New York metro area might be used to, especially on like Randall's or the East River Park, Astoria Park, anywhere that, you know, hosts 9 or 11-a-side games. Those pitches are generally a bit more packed down and worn. So maybe just on this softer turf, the adjustment period is taking a little bit longer. That's a great step from Bailon. Handball is the call. Thought he was fouled. From my vantage point, it looked like he stumbled over the ball. Ferrer. It does look like Lansdowne are taking the modern approach to starting with a 4-back and deploying the fullbacks wider. Julio right now, even with Kyle Galloway in the forward line. It's a 3-1-2-4 build-up shape. Don't you just love modern soccer? Remember when 4-4-2 was a thing? Remember when sweeper stoppers were a thing? Woo-hoo! How far we've come. Cut out but regained. Now Walsh. Keogh, room to strike. Side foots it, tries to find a little bit of finesse, but easily dealt with. Inert, you might say, the strike. Woods. Woods again from Ruiz. It's Luis. Holland. They'll go the hard way. And we mentioned positional freedom. Joe Holland, who can operate as the 9, as the 10, who that would have been his position. Someone needed to cover for him. But did you see where he received that ball to try and play that crossfield switch? He was way back here. Should be on your screen now, right around the position that that Joe Holland had taken up. $14 goals on the season for the number 10. And that is one thing we may see as the game goes on, just taking up a few more receded positions to get on the ball more and create those opportunities to distribute. Here is Luis. Luis is the option. Couldn't keep it inbound. Ruiz was the right choice there. But yeah, faster, says the winger. Quickly flipped out the other way. Iriarte on the half turn. Well connected. Kelmendi will give chase and will knot it out for a throw. battle on the far side is gone into a bit too tenaciously by Luis Argudo, who has some words for the referee. Captain for the Pancyprian Freedoms will be warned for dissent. Can't imagine he gets away with that too many times. A reminder once again for what's at stake. Winner will go to the finals of the USASA Division I National Amateur Cup qualifying round. Here is the service. This one's lower. Joe Holland wins it first. Everyone with their hands up. And Joe Holland getting in the face of our center referee, unbelieving that a corner could be the call. But he will set up once again. And that will be Luis Argudo into the book for dissent. Just could not keep it in the head. Luis Argudo, the captain, leading by some kind of example. Here is the service. This one once again searching for the center back. Won't find him. Iriarte, well cleaned up by the Pancyprian Freedoms. Touched back by Ruiz. Did catch some cleat on his touch. And Humbert Ferrer popping up in the box every which way. Tanique Elmendi. Fatazada. Holland brought to ground on the half turn. Won't get the call. Seamus Keogh now. Good press, but they escape once again. The midfield has been dominated so far by the green and white. Here's Liam Walsh with some room to run. Julio trips up once again, receives it as he gets up. Seamus Keogh. Look wide, look wide, look wide. It's there. Now they find it. Drilled in. Sluis cleared away. It comes to the feet of Devin Hanu, who has to find his own footing. Julio! And it's in! Stands proud amidst the sea of blue, but biblically parts it with a thunderous strike to drive it past the outstretched Josh Levine. And it is no secret why the green and white of Lansdowne would be choosing to take their moment right on the edge of Josh Levine's 18-yard box. Joe Holland displeased. Luis Argudo trying to calm him down. The Pancyprians feel the first sting. Well, how can the Pancyprians, APSL, look at that, it's just too light, those passes. Woods has done well. Joe Holland. Sebastian Ruiz. Sebastian Ruiz is fouled. That had to be, yeah. But hey, if you are Liam Walsh, you're going to make the winger field that, right? And it's not in a dangerous position. You're able to give that one up. Poor touch by Fatazada. Man, the Pancyprians getting no love from the ref, but I'm not sure that there's any love to be given in any of what they've complained about so far. Maybe one or two, but regardless, for just a moment, it looked like the Pancyprians had found another gear. Tristino pressing from behind. Keogh doing well to deal. Release down the wing. Hanu clears away and well wide of our pitch markings. Here's Keogh. Releasing once again. Can it be touched past Levine? No. Woods. Ruiz. Woods still going. Has some pace. and some space. Julio closes it up quickly though. Still Woods. He gave up on it. Man, you got to keep playing that if I'm Dylan Woods. He had it past Julio. Did get the foul though. Played in quickly. Ruiz. Ball is live. What's he holding up for? Goes back to Sluis. Hanu. Kelmendi. Hanu again. Argudo. Woods. Splitting the green and white. Tristino on his left. Tristino, magical Tristino! Tripped up as he shot and could not find pay dirt. That one trailing well wide. Joe Holland searching for something from our center ref. Well, here's the tale of the tape. The Pancyprian Freedoms, as I've mentioned repeatedly, have the APSL Metropolitan Conference title. They will head to APSL Nationals. Lansdowne Yonkers, as Julio is released down the wing. We'll come back to that point in just a moment. Julio into the mixer! And past Levine once again! This time it's Kyle Galloway. And lightning quick, the upstate menace have doubled their advantage. Jared Julio playing the role of modern day fullback, getting wide, getting high, pulling apart defenses. And easy as you like, found everything he needed to play in Kyle Galloway, who opened up his hip and dispatched a second goal for the Lansdowne Yonkers, who would love to represent Region 1 at the National Championship once again. Two-time winners, first in 2017 and then in 2021. Winner of the then EPSL in 2020 and 2021, so pulling the double that year. Tristino trying to float it to no one in particular. Well, the Pancyprians have about 11 minutes to get a foothold in this half. So returning to the point I was trying to make earlier before I was so rudely interrupted by the Lansdowne Yonkers and Kyle Galloway. The APSL Metropolitan Conference, the domestic league, which both teams play in, was won by the Pancyprian Freedoms. The Manning Cup was taken by the Lansdowne Yonkers over the Pancyprian Freedoms in penalties, no less. Their one domestic league's meeting of the season ended in a 2-2 draw, so this match, really the ultimate grudge match, and would provide the cherry on top for either impressive season for these two titanic teams in the New York grassroots soccer scene. Argudo on the restart. Kelmendi providing width down that far side. Fatazida, look at where Ruiz is now. Into the middle, Balon touches past. Still going Balon, Ruiz Restrepo! And it is well high of the mark. Caught all of that and then some. But a much more convincing display from the Pancyprian Freedoms. And one thing I don't love in this commitment to the high press is that there's a huge gap as Woods comes away with the ball. There is a huge gap between the back four, who are holding a straight line, and the two, well, you call it like a double pivot shape, but in the defensive shape, Argudo and Balon are leaving about 10-15 yards between them and the back four. And that very well could be exactly what they want to do, but as we just saw before Dylan Woods got that interception, Seamus Keogh was able to exploit it and just get away with the half turn right into space, as that is a hospital ball that Argudo handles with PhD qualification. Here's Balon. Tristino starting the run over the head of Pochul del Pozo, no, but Tristino gets it anyway. Now Tristino, Holland, he trips up. This surface being so unfriendly to the Cyprianic team. He was offside anyway. And away we go. Iriarte. Well, Julio is in, quite frankly, no man's land. I'm just checking with Dylan Woods to see if he checks over his right shoulder to see the remarkable space that the fullback has. Now he does. Is it too little, too late? Julio. Can he combine with his striker? Yes, but going inward. Iriarte. Space to work. Walsh. Good triangles here to be found. Keogh. Released down the far side. He's got to go back to recover it, which gives Ruiz a chance to get in front of it. Trying to turn the corner on Ruiz, is not able to. And a referee point of the flag towards Josh Levine. Sebastian Ruiz Restrepo. Instrumental in the first title win last year, pardon me. That was in Chicago. Technically DeKalb, but no handball called. Woods able to keep on moving. Here's Holland. Joe Holland! Just wide. Oh, just trailed ever so beautifully towards that far post and could not find the helpful side of Daniel DiMarco's skinny white friend. Though out of that exchange, looks like it's Seamus Keogh who is just a little worse for wear as we head into the final 5 minutes of the match. So we will take the opportunity to remind you to tune in later to Doxa versus Kids Super Samba in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. The Staten Island Monarchs take on the Cedar Stars Rush in the USL 2, which is just getting underway. Also in the USL 2 are the Long Island Rough Riders. They'll take on Manhattan SC. Also to be tuned into is our Save of the Month competition, which is running currently. You'll get a look at our Save of the Month nominees as Seamus Keogh will be up under his own power. Does look like he's headed toward the sideline, maybe just to get a little bit of extra attention. Save of the Month is running currently. Voting closes soon. So take a look at halftime at our nominees, and then head over to our Instagram. And on the Save of the Month post, vote for who you think deserves to be Save of the Month for the month of April. Pochul del Pozo. Seamus Keogh reintroduced. 11 aside. Parity has been restored. Pochul del Pozo. It's a high press. It comes off awkwardly. Sluis puts it up into the air. Joe Holland will contest for it. It'll come to Julio, who tries to turn the corner on Balon. He's equal to it. Balon recovers, though he's right in front of Liam Walsh with some delicate touches. Now Liam Walsh will go. Liam Walsh down the sideline. Catches just a little bit of a touch from Balon, though nothing doing. Well, that's just, I don't know if you all saw that, but why? From the community member. Jordan Balon. Pardon me. What? Not even close, Diego. Devin Hanu, who gives for Denis Kelmendi. Time running out. Need to communicate. Irayarte. And now 4v4. Looks like Liam Walsh releases wide. Oh, good step by Hanu. Just right in the perfect spot to intercept that. Tristino starting a run on this near side. Joe Holland recovering from an offside position. Won't recover quick enough. Speeding towards the interval here. And once again, the midfield, the center of the park is just open sesame for Lansdowne, who have another strike, and this one is neutralized by Josh Levine. Rises back to his feet and takes a stare at Kyle Galloway, says, "All right, son, once is enough." Is it too late for a save of the month to have a late edition? But it's midfield dominance for the Lansdowne Yonkers, which has been key. They're just overcommitting. Two center mids from the Pancyprians overcommit constantly. And then it's practically a 3v1 for the leftovers. Cleared away by Woods. Ooh, looks like he got a little hitch in his giddy up there. Onside! And Woods does go down. An awkward strike as Galloway looked to keep it on his right foot. No dice there. Does look like Dylan Woods is okay. Is he? Yes. Does still have a little bit of hitch in his giddy up. It looked like on that clearance, it just, you know, if you're not fully locked trying to get a ball that far, the ball can strike back. Balon wins it. Flicked onward by Fatazida. Away goes Ruiz Restrepo, but Humbert Ferrer able to come away with the ball amidst the on-running winger. Keogh. Look at the overcommitment once again. Walsh away with the ball. Oh, had to play advantage unless it was for Pancyprians, and indeed it was. Restrepo swallowed up. Look at that. 3 Lansdowne Yonkers players in a triangle immediately surrounding the winger. Balon, room to drive, and drives it indeed towards Tristino. Tristino, left-footed strike. Once again, Ferrer's in the right spot. Tristino on the follow-up. DeMarco out quickly to halt the attack. Corner for the Pancyprian Freedoms. And on the trot over is Kelmendi. Service once again off the left foot. Into the mixer. Sluis got up for it. Hanu sends it back out. Kelmendi. Oh my God, you got to do better than that. In that situation, that ball needs to be back. But also, if you're Argudo or Woods, you have to create that opening. I also do think that I just heard that the name is, in fact, his first name is Dennis Kelmendi, not Denis. Well scouted by Jax Luis. Iriarte. Wow. I don't know if any of our referee teams saw that, but Iriarte was brought to ground by Samir Fatazada, who looked to shove his foot in towards Iriarte. But Fatazada seeming to also have caught in a hit out of that, holding his head. A glance towards the bench, and the Pancyprian Freedoms are going through their regular preparations, but no one in dire need to get themselves warmed up. Gotta wonder what is the right traction for this surface. Here's Argudo in turf shoes. I'm seeing a few regular studs for like the firm ground option. Maybe the artificial ground, like the round studs, could be helpful. Food for thought as Fatazada gives press. There's another difference, at least, that I've noticed is Lansdowne Yonkers are just getting to the ball. Like, there's a throw in, couldn't keep it in bounds, but they're just getting to the ball. Luis Argudo watched that one rise and fall over his head, just tracked it out of the air. But it was Jared Julio for Lansdowne who came back from that wide position and got there first, ahead of the 6. Distributed towards Ruiz. Argudo, pressure dealt with. Sluis, Woods, it's just behind him, so he'll have to hold up his run. Argudo turns with some room to drive. Clips it out for Ruiz. Cuts inside. Sebastian Ruiz! Maybe trying to drive it if Tristino had started a run. No dice there. Though perhaps the Colombian winger has found a matchup that he likes. Daniel DeMarco will send this one forward, urging his numbers onward. Oh, that's drilled. Sluis is going to win it, though. Yep. Wide for Tristino. That's a great step there by Keogh. And before the throw-in can happen, a referee draws a whistle and a close to our first half of action. 2-0 the scoreline for the visiting Lansdowne Yonkers. Feels like Game of Thrones. It's an invasion of the North, if you can call upstate the North. Well, that'll do it for us at halftime, which will also let us thank our sponsor for the evening's festivities, Salt Athletic, who have created the world's freshest and most advanced cleat bag. It is known as the Air Case, and it was designed using antimicrobial technology to save you and your loved ones from that post-match footwear odor. If you are interested in getting yourself an Air Case, which, personal statement about the Air Case, my younger brother, is a collegiate soccer player. Driving around with him was heck on earth until I bought him a Air Case for Christmas just this past year. Game changer and truly a lifesaver. If you're interested, scan that QR code at the bottom of your screens. Get yourself 10% off an exclusive discount to the Game in Frame community. As well, make sure to check out the Save of the Month candidates at halftime. And then while you have the break, head over to our Instagram to vote on who you think should be Save of the Month for the month of April. That'll do it for us for the half, folks. Lots of action to come, and if you have played any level of soccer, you will be familiar with the all-important and ever-true saying. Say it with me now, everyone. 2-0 is a very scary score. We'll see you in just a second. Stick around.
Punched out by Spielvogel. Burkhart fires! Oh, that was off the bottom of the bar!
Gomez, his first touch. Drop now for Munoz, first time. Munoz, what a save that is! From the right hand of Pete Wenzel into the crossbar and out for a corner.
This kick. Into the box! Oh, what a save! Dadone with a great one-handed save! His first time sighted goal, gets past two, takes a shot, and Niche does so well to meet the shot, tipping the ball over the bar.
On the back end, speculative effort that's gonna fall for someone in the box. Oh, very nearly. A reaction save forced from Caporales.
Blocks that cross from Puig. Sharifi now fires! Another save by Kazun! That's his third in the half!
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Season.
for both these sides as they made an early quick impression, and Keys could be in here once again on his left foot. He's in behind, and there's goal number 3. And in almost similar fashion to the first half, it's taken just moments for the Lions to find the back of the net.
Jaganjor Yangbi. Yangbi shows off some pace behind Obaru. Yangbi could be one-on-one. McGovern comes over. Yangbi scores it. Espinosa 1-0. Yangbi a debut assist.
New York Renegades FC crossing it once more toward that first post. Back post now. Custis denied by Mejia.
Oh, Gudo. Switching it on a penny for Sebastian Ruiz, who can have a go at man. Instead, he puts into Joe Holland across 6-yard box. Simple as that. James Tristino taps in the opener.
Garner, spin. A lot of numbers over here for Hoboken. Scoop pass.
And still now everyone hacking at it, chopping at it. Ridge Robinson, he lunges forward, he comes up with the ball, he goes for the shot, and he goes for the goal. My goodness, a hat trick here for the captain.
To work with down this right side. He takes a shot, and a nice save from the goalkeeper forces it above the crossbar.
Adamak floats out to that right side. Wilson, low drill! Yes! Goal for American Soccer Club at the death!
Bouncing off the head of the forward. That's a lovely piece of play inside the penalty area. He still has the ball. He scores!
12 paces out. Makic denied by Cleveland.
Had to do better with the pressure. Knight flicks it back. Lovely. And away he goes at pace for Song. No, it's for Knight. Does he find Song? Yes, he does in the middle. Song alone and rolls it.
Anderson brought down, back up on his feet. Anderson, oh, beautiful move. He's still going.
Closing down, Lorient! Lorient! Here's Goldman! Goldman scores! 15 seconds into the match! Polonia can celebrate. They are the regular season champions.
Karkic through the wall and beautifully done.
He's also playing as well as Sullivan could be in. Right-footed shot.
Taking long distance shots on him and also pressing when he's on the ball. Chetty's on it now. Chetty takes a shot and Chetty finds the back of the net. Must make sure to stay alive here. Mejia, one glove, 3-2, goal! Rances to the rescue!
A hat trick for James Tristino. A title-winning hat trick.
And honestly,
James Tristino hits the target again today. He's got his hat trick and he's also just got the coach. We are back here on Game in Frame from Queens for the second half of this USASA National Amateur Semi-Final qualifying match between the Lansdowne Yonkers, who get us underway in the green and white, taking on the Pancyprian Freedoms in the blue. It's a great touch there. Wide they go again. Cutting into the middle. Hanu, wide for Ruiz. Seamus Keogh, good recovery. Joe Holland. Here's one of the halftime substitutions for the Pancyprian Freedoms. Pablo Ablando. Why so many substitutions, you may ask? Well, tail of the tape following the first half. 2-0, the lead for the Lansdowne Yonkers. Here's Tristino trying to cut and forge his way forward. Nothing doing. Back in possession. Jordan Balon. And it will be a new approach for the Pancyprian Freedoms now with an out-and-out 3 in the back. Maybe Dylan Woods will maintain some semblance of full-back positioning. A good interception by Balon. Holland. Tristino. Tristino drills one! It did catch a deflection on its way in. So corner will be the result. Joe Holland this time gets his first chance at dealing a dead ball, and up come the treetops. Hanu Sluis and the newly introduced Jens Hoff. Gonzalo Gil also joining the fray for the second half. Joe Holland, this one's driven low. Hanu very nearly getting in position to redirect that one. That's a great step there by Gil. The ball is called to the favor of Lansdowne. Keogh. Quickly out the other way. Intelligent play there from the center midfielder. Seamus Keogh. And they're just doing so well under pressure. They're picking up right where they left off. With Irayarte and Seamus Keogh just absolutely dominating the center of the park. Here's Joe Holland. Ruiz wanting it. Eddie's speed, though, getting his chest on the ball ahead of the run of Ruiz. Here is the restart of build-out. Great pressure there from Ruiz. Well, this is the opportunity for the Pancyprian Freedoms to defend their title. Flipped in by Hanu. Oh, Ablando! Wide again. They just cannot seem to find the frame of net. Goal kick taken short. Irayarte. Irayarte again. Wide for Julio. Keogh. Speed. Found him. Eddie Speed cutting back on Ruiz. Redirected. Oh, Josh Levine. Superhuman gut reaction to deny a second for Kyle Galloway. How did he pick that one out? Well, here is Ruiz, who for all of his speed and touch has been rather neutralized. Here's Keogh. Liam Walsh for Eddie Speed. Great step in there. Ooh, sandwich down was Orlando. And Eddie Speed is shown the yellow card. He will join Argudo in the book. If the Pancyprian Freedoms can come away with some kind of advantage in this second half. Ooh, Joe Holland brought to ground, but after the ball had been played, and perhaps without the malice required to have called a penalty. Returning to my point, if the Pancyprian Freedoms are able, great step there by Holland, if the Pancyprian Freedoms are able to get themselves back to the National Amateur Championship Finals this year in Milwaukee, they would be really favored to do something that has not been done since 2002 and 2003, when the Milwaukee Bavarians defended their title. It was actually in a three-peat. Won 3 times in a row, the Milwaukee Bavarians. But since then, we have not had repeat champions. We've had a few double champions or championships that have been interrupted by a new champion in between, but defending champions have not been favored. Ferrer. Ooh, Eddie Speed is kind of alone, isn't he? Now Hanu sees it. Oh, that's lovely. Walsh flicks it on. Julio flips it in. They want something against Hanu. They won't find it. Sluis gets ahead of the follow-up opportunity. Sluis will have to recover it. Eddie Speed gets away from him. Now clips it in. It'll be settled. Still has to turn towards the box. Does find it. Got saved from Levine again, this time with his foot. Little less venom on it. Easier opportunity. But Kyle Galloway continues to be the thorn in the side of the Pancyprian Freedoms. Hanu. Ruiz. Well, he's got the room. And there he goes. Keeps it in. Does he take the cross or does he keep on going? Yes, he crosses it in. Tristino! He rose well. Joe Holland will rise as well. Jordan Balon. Oh, where's Ruiz? It's Hanu who ends up getting wide into the box. Tristino! And it's in! Tristino found it. Tristino's punched in the face. There's a red card in the hand of our center referee. Oh, unbelievable scenes. Tristino's getting kicked around. Aaron Sorkin, eat your heart out. This script taking more flips than the final season of Suits. But regardless, the starting goalkeeper for the Lansdowne Yonkers has he? There was a yellow card shown as well, but it does look like indeed Daniel DeMarco will be ushered towards the sideline to enjoy the remainder of this match as a spectator. Let's talk about it. Hey, James Tristino, 17 league goals on the season. Devin Hanu holding that width. A high bit of pressure A high, high line from the Pancyprian Freedoms. Tristino couldn't get it on the first time of asking. Went for seconds and went for goal. Just very nearly over the end line. I couldn't even begin to tell you if it was or wasn't, but our AR on the far side. This, ladies and gentlemen, a game of moments and inches, and James Tristino there was centimeter perfect. They say the cream always rises to the top, and James Tristino went above everyone to go and get what the Pancyprian Freedoms so desperately needed. And let's give a shout out as well to Devin Hanu, providing service like a Chick-fil-A drive-thru. We will just wait a moment as our substitute goalkeeper is brought in for the Lansdowne Yonkers. Oscar Zwirek, deputized under unideal circumstances, and the 10 men, count it, 10 men of Lansdowne Yonkers will look to hold out hope as the Pancyprian Freedoms seek an equalizer. Pochol del Pozo starts a run. Ferrer. Julio. Lethal press. Hoff. Woods. Tristino. Great cut out there by Iriarte. A little much on it for Julio. Here's Zwirek getting his first touches. Julio away from Woods. Bailon, a great step. Can Ruiz Restrepo get there? No. They're going to keep vying for it. Ablando came away with it. Here is Tristino. Service in. Tristino, it's low. He'll have another shot at it. Tristino! Says if no one wants to get it in the box, I'll do it myself. Tristino, as deadly as a Marvel villain, inevitable as freaking Thanos. Just like that, we have parity. And just like that, the Pancyprian Freedoms are flying. Oscar Zwirek tested for the first time, and away they go again with a newfound sense of belief. Another name will be added to the book. This time it'll be John Bernardi. As cries of faker come in from the Lansdowne Yonker youth contingent. Foul one there by Pablo Ablando. So there's something that we can speak to really quickly. Just a testament to the stature of both of these clubs. I mean, yes, they're men's programs, elite teams, storied franchises, but really it's the community that are created by both of these organizations. Lansdowne, of course, an incredible youth program, programming from top to bottom. Pancyprian Freedoms as well, 2 men's teams, Eleftheria, Pancyprian, they are everywhere in the Eastern New York youth soccer scene. As that ball over the top, Jens Hoff can take charge of. Josh Levine moves aside to provide that build-out shape. Here's Dylan Woods. And Jens Hoff having to deal with some pressure, doesn't quite deal with it. Does look like it caught a deflection though. Holland wins a foul. Ruiz cuts inside. Ruiz tries one from distance. Speculative does not even begin. Audacious might. But you know what? The Pancyprian Freedoms are feeling themselves. Why the heck not? Does look like the Lansdowne Yonkers will make a substitution. And indeed they will. Looking to shore up proceedings. Into the match now is Liam Salmon, who will nod this one on. Luis will get there first though, and zip it right back. Tristino sees Julio out of bounds. Hanu, who has the opening assist for the Pancyprian Freedoms. Ruiz, there's a lot of commitment from Lansdowne to this side. Now they're switching, but really intelligent by Ruiz to pull that one back, find the space on this far side now. Tristino cutting inward, dealt with well, pardon my syntax, by Julio. Oh, Julio wants nothing to do with Tristino's handshakes. So we have parity on the score sheet, but we have a very let's see, how do I want to put this? Parity on the score sheet, but weighted differently numbers on the field. The 10 men of Lansdowne now take center stage against a very momentum-heavy Pancyprian Freedoms. Hanu. Heel doing well to deal with that pressure. Now we'll just slowly start to come back into position. And he does. He has the half turn. He has Ruiz wide of him. Ruiz starts dancing, cuts inside, gives up for Balon. Balon wide for Woods. Woods clipping this one. Ruiz gets it on the cleanup. Hanu back in. Holland can't control it. Zwirek covers it well. Heel though, positionally making the most of every opportunity. Oh, great cut there. Past Ruiz. Luis, a great step there. And into Hanu. Balon. Jens Hoff. Tristino, who has both goals to draw this match level. Hanu. Sebastian Ruiz clips it, goalward, no one at the back stick. A breaking run was needed, a breaking run was not found. Quick distribution. A good turn by Iriarte, but Pancyprians are right there this time, starting to plug the holes in the mid. Woods is there first. Woods running at pace. James Tristino was running onto it, but cleared away by John Bernardi. Hoff. Woods. Woods. Into the mixer. And off the head of Holland, who tried to reposition it. Give Heel or Tristino something maybe to flick onward. Zwirek starting to find his footing in this match. Great step there by Balon. Credit to Heel as well. Joe Holland trailing away from the ball. Never going to connect well with that one. Was always falling away from the target. Credit on that to Heel, who didn't overcommit on that press, but just shepherded Bernardi towards this near side, where Ruiz had the fullback, Hanu had the center mid, and Balon could sweep across to cover any breaking runs in. Here's Irayarte, looking for any bit of space now. Pancyprian swallowing up the center mid at every occasion. Irayarte over choreographing his touches there, does get it out of his foot, but Woods is there on the second pass. Here's Jens Hoff. Hanu. Ruiz covered there. Over the top. Heel. Oh, good step there by Zwirek. He was offside, but good coverage there from the goalkeeper, now deputized into position. Pancyprian seeming to have cooled off a little bit following those two quick-fire goals, but they were red hot for just a moment. If they can find that bit of form once again, it is going to be way too much for the Lansdowne Yonkers to overcome. Though this is a good bit of possession here from Lansdowne. Speed. Hanu covering well, ushering him inward towards Ablando, but he is away from both, cutting back again. How many touches can he take? Clipped in, Levine is there. Kyle Galloway trying to play Fox in the box again. But Sluis was there to just make sure that the striker didn't have yet another look at goal. Oh, Ruiz with a beautiful touch. Always knew it was coming. Here is Sebastian Ruiz, now into the box. Heel, turning, twisting, deflected away. Now away the other way goes Julio. Julio forward, no one there for him. Ruiz in the second half now finding his footing. Hanu with a turn can find the Colombian. Away he goes. Can't connect with an intended target. Will find Ablando, who finds Ruiz again. Ruiz high of the mark once again. Deadly high press there from Pancyprian Freedoms. Whoa, good contact in the air. One down and down again. Sluis commits the foul there. Julio came out a little bit worse for wear following that contact in the air with Dylan Woods. He will go to the sideline just to receive some cautionary attention, but doubt that is his last involvement of the match. Oh, it just may be. No. In fact, it is. That will do it for Julio, who was so pivotal in the first half. Liam Salmon will take his position, and that will bring on Ethan Holmler. Whoa! Oh, and here come the aftershocks between these two teams. It's kicking off here in Queens, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached parity in the match, and both teams want to represent Region 1 at the national finals, but the powder keg was always threatening to explode between these two storied franchises. No one wanting to give an inch, to give a quarter. A red card has been shown. But to who? Was it a member of the bench? Coach Pano was also over there. It seems like it might have been Coach Pano, who's really only there to organize things around for the team which he led as head coach last season. Ruiz Restrepo still fighting with Galloway. On we go. Everyone trying to get a piece of the center referee's attention. And it does look like Dylan Woods is making his way from the match, likely. And yeah, I'm going to say conclusively, Dylan Woods shown a red card. So, James Tristino brought us back to level on the score sheet. Dylan Woods brings us back to level on the chessboard. Our center referee has more to sort out here than a divorce lawyer doing a dissolution of marriage for a polyamorous couple. Sebastian Ruiz getting some attention from the group in yellow as the Lansdowne youth contingent continues to, okay, yellow card. Was that for Ruiz?
Number 2. Pancyprian. Yeah. There's 15 coaches over there for Pancyprian.
So, double red card shown in this match. You knew it was going to heat up. Very nearly into the last quarter of an hour. Referee has returned his cards to his pocket, so it seems like that much is done. So, hey, remember when it was just a foul to the direction of the Pancyprian Freedoms? I guess we can restart from there, no? So it will be Jens Hoff to get us going once again. Well, that's my confusion is, if you're Dylan Woods, you just want a foul. What are you doing getting a red card out of that situation? So it's the thing you never practice for. but always need to be prepared for playing with 10 men. But what do you do, as Levine smartly deals with that? What do you do when it's 10 and you're not fighting against 11? Tristino taking just a moment to stretch the legs. Ooh, is he done? It looks like it. 2 goals on the day will be all that James Tristino can contribute. His effort has literally run him into the ground. And Pablo Herrera and his 1 league goal will look to help make the difference in this tie. Anybody's ball right now. Hablando lets it ride for the throw. Cleared away. Ethan Homler. Oh, good step there by Balon. Ruiz keeps it in, but Eddie Speed kept in as well. Kyle Galloway. Still Galloway gives it up. Homler. Speed wide of him. Flipped into the box. Everyone rising for it. Levine will catch that one out of the air. Like Macbeth reaching for an invisible dagger. Whoop, knock on wood. I know. It's only in theaters that you're not supposed to say it. But is this not the most drama you've seen? Move over, Broadway. All the world's a stage, folks. And we are being treated to one impeccable third act. But who is going to fire Chekhov's gun? Ruiz wins the throw. Jordan Balon. Hablando. There are numbers in the box. Heel comes out of the box. Hablando again for Herrera. Easily dealt with by Zwirek. Zwirek deals. Luis gets there, and Jordan Balon's going to be able to pluck that one. Hanu. Back again for Sluis. Jens Hoff. Hoff holds himself up to find Sluis. Dealt out towards Hanu. Hanu has some room to run, has heel. Goes for Ruiz. Whoa, Ruiz. Got one step ahead of himself there. Eddie Speed. Looked like it was an illegal throw. Herrera starts the high press. Hoff goes through the back of Galloway. Hanu doesn't get there ahead of Eddie Speed. But Jens Hoff with a well-timed clearance. Heel catches a slap to the back of the head. Bernardi's already on a yellow. Hanu. Ruiz. 1v1 on Speed. Tries to poke it in towards Herrera. Balon. Wisely. Hanu and Ruiz. Waiting for Hanu. Finds him. Hanu, does he add to his assist tally for the evening? Can't quite. Dealt with at the back. Balon raises. Herrera brings it down amidst some pressure. Gets it back for Hoff. Drills it out the other way. It's going to float and it's going to fall, and Ruiz is going to get there. Sebastian Ruiz into the mixer. Heel! Call me, beat me if you want to reach me, and if you want to do it, put it on a frozen rope in the box, and I'll take care of the rest. Sebastian Ruiz, who has been finding more and more of a foothold in this second half, deals a deadly ball in, and the deadly strike comes off the foot of Gonzalo Gil, eerily reminiscent of the second goal for Lansdowne. They say, you've got it, I'll do it better. The substitute with the number 22 on his back. And we have, from almost nowhere, from what you wouldn't believe, a lead for the Pancyprians. Joe Holland, all his efforts, he will be replaced in this match. It is Juan Moreno who has replaced Joe Holland as the Pancyprian Freedoms look to see out the final few minutes of this match. Holmler, Eddie Speed, do the Lansdowne Yonkers have a last chance gasp at something in this match? Oh, he's away with it. Left for Speed. Tries a left footer! Seamus Keogh tried to redirect it. We've got to do better with the ball out of the air there. Dealt with well by Hoff, but and a foul there for the Pancyprian Freedoms. All credit to the Pancyprian Freedoms and an unbelievable sense of determination and belief. I said it at halftime, 2-0 is a very scary score. And if you can generate just that little bit of momentum against a complacent team in the lead, you can take a game by the throat. Just over 6 minutes left to be played here. 6 minutes for the Pancyprian Freedoms to continue their journey to become repeat champions, something that has not happened since the Milwaukee Bavarians went for a three-peat in 2001, 2, and 3. Here's Seamus Keogh. Iriarte, Keogh, twisting, turning, and guided out of bounds by Pablo Ablando. Goal kick, the call. We'll think about where we started that wonder strike from Julio to where we've gone now from Gonzalo Gil. All that we have had sandwiched in between, a pair of red cards to bring us to 10 men each, goals galore, fights, powder kegs exploding. Folks, this is as good as it gets at the grassroots scene between two of the absolute best, not just here in New York, but potentially in recent history of the game. National champions, both within the last decade. The Pancyprian Freedoms also three-time National Challenge Cup winners in 1980, 82, and 83. Here is Gil, gives it for Sebastian Ruiz, just wide. Well, that seemed almost impossible for the Colombian to not convert on. But he is feeling in his heart a murder on the Orient Express, because you can call that one Dragatha Christie. Wide of the mark, no foul. Here come the Pancyprians once again. Oh, dragged to ground, and the ref waves that on. We've seen worse in this match, so let's keep it going anyway. Sluis gets there, gives Hanu something to play with. It's kept in bounds by Bernardi. Hanu recovers well. Hanu still sprinting after it, but it's a ball released for the Lansdowne Yonkers. Has to be dealt with. Hoff, Keogh just out of his influence. Juan Moreno deals to Gonzalo Gil. Brought to ground, will play on. Played on the ground, so Gonzalo Gil is whistled for the foul. Are we away? Yes, we are. Liam Salmon is dispossessed. Here is Gil back on the ball. Juan Moreno brought to ground. Another foul for the Pancyprians. Now the Pancyprians will look to bleed seconds. They're not satisfied, don't get me wrong. Woohoo! Away goes Ruiz. And he continues. Sebastian Ruiz Restrepo saved once again. Still not dealt with. He's got it back again. Corner for the Pancyprian Freedoms. Well, the Colombian bringing out the Cali, starting to salsa past defenders. So the Pancyprian Freedoms will have the warning to get this ball in play. And it will be just held up in the corner here to bleed seconds. Woohoo! That one, very nearly not dealt with. Well, he's just off your screen, but Liam Salmon is over the shoulder and back of Devin Hanu, who sees him now. Now it's Eddie Speed, who has acreage to burn if they can work it back around to this near side. Seamus Keogh, good step by Sluis. Liam Salmon, who's worked his way around. Still Liam Salmon. Here is Liam Salmon with a strike. Oh, Josh Levine to the rescue once again. Now can distribute. Devin Hanu just sends it. Zwirek looked like he lost that one in the sun. We are into the 90th minute of play. Within 60 seconds, we will know how much extra time will be played, if any at all. Can't imagine the referee won't be keen to add a few extra affairs onto the story. Perhaps a prologue. Into the box goes the striker, who already has a handful of goals. Offside as Bernardi looked to recover. Josh Levine will be ushered to take this quickly, but he's going to make sure that his shoes tied, his gloves are strapped, that the ball is sitting just so atop the pitch that it's not in any holes, which surely exist on this manicured, combined landscape and manicure, turf field. I'm going to give up on the point. We may have one more change for the Pancyprian Freedoms as a last reinforcement readies himself at the midway point. Here is Ed Speed, Seamus Keogh, a darting run past Hanu. Can he cross it in? No, Sluis is there. Now Sluis having to get rid of it, and does oh so well to find Juan Moreno. Oh, Juan Moreno, and his past is Bernardi. Here is Bernardi. Seamus Keogh into the mixer, Balon away. Iriarte. Bernardi tries to line one up and still go for speed. Hanu's there. Heel, look at how deep he is. Foul called. Gamesmanship, you might call it. Awareness, you might call it, from Gonzalo Gil. I can't confirm this with any certainty, but it seems we may have 6 minutes to be played here. 6 minutes of added time. Distribution. Ruiz lost it in the sun. Balon just launches it towards the corner.
I want to say 8, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know 100%.
So from the AR, can't say with 100% certainty, but maybe it might be as high as 8 minutes to be played here. Regardless, we will keep the coverage going. Interception there. Iriarte. Seamus. Iriarte! Sluis got an outstretched foot there. Levine bleeding more seconds amidst the on-pressuring Galloway. Levine puts it over the top for Ruiz. Ruiz! Whoa! Applying the pressure like he wants to stop a bleeding wound. So 4 or 5-ish is what we're hearing. With the middle heel. Balon. Hoff all the way back for Levine. Levine just launches. Pablo Ablando just put some pressure on there. Jens Hoff, Ablando. Big hulking ball. Whoa! That one. Oh, but offside first from Ed Speed. Wow, he was very lucky. Good awareness there from the fullback to know that he was offside. I'll give him that credit. Here's a ball searching for Liam Salmon. Redirects it in. Rising for it was Ethan Homler. Levine deals. Moreno for Ruiz. Ruiz has been, even though they are maintaining a lead, just relentlessly getting after this back line. He has been on them like macaroni on cheese. And he's been just as good, if you're a fan of a good mac and cheese. Not sure where that point was going. Could have given a lot of different metaphors for Ruiz, but I mean, look at his positioning. He is still so hungry. Oh, that ball across the face of goal for Galloway once again. Goal kick. Josh Levine will be so happy to go into the book for any more seconds that he can just milk and bleed. Heel nods it up. Ruiz is offside once again. Is there one more chance? Iriarte, Seamus Keogh, standouts thus far for Lansdowne. Eddie Speed, it's behind Keogh. And Ruiz, he's got the pace, he's got the afterburners. Does he go for it? Yes, he does. But the center back, Humbert Ferrer, is equal to the winger. Seamus Keogh, delicate touches, trying to dance his way around. Throw in for Lansdowne. Here is Ferrer, another player so instrumental to that impressive first half. Lifted. Ablanado gives just enough pressure. Now he has to usher that ball out. Does he? Just about. Takes a deflection. Corner for Lansdowne. We are out of time. And a hallmark for we are done. Here comes Oscar Zwirek in the purple. I don't know what Matthew Iriarte is waiting at the back for. This is Last Chance Saloon. This is kitchen sink time. Oh, he was going to provide the short option. Here it comes. There it goes. Can Seamus Keogh chase it down? Yes, he can. Ablanado is there to usher him backwards. Seamus Keogh, dancing, twisting, puts it back into the mixer. Levine has it safely in the basket. And that has to be all she wrote. A cursory look to the watch. And folks, watching at home, exhale. What a match. Well, for anyone on a diet, call this your cheat day, because that was an absolute treat. Fans of football, this has been our delight to bring you this match between two of the most storied franchises, countrywide, New York-wide, two groups who have defined greatness in New York, both at the youth level all the way up to these storied men's teams, both national champions at one point or another in their histories. But Lansdowne Yonkers will have to wait another year and watch as this budding rivalry, as the other side of this budding rivalry makes its way once again towards the last round of qualifying and perhaps towards another berth to the U.S. Adult Soccer Association National Amateur Finals. Folks, give us just a moment to just collect ourself. But then we're going to hear from the victorious Pancyprian Freedoms. We're going to grab a few players for an interview. We will be right back here on Game and Frame. We thank you for sticking around.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Well, I'm standing by here with James Tristino, who has his brace to get the Pancyprians back into this match. I'm just going to ask it, man, how good does it feel to get that one over on Lansdowne, who took the Manning Cup over you? You have the APSL title. This was kind of the grudge match. This was the cherry on top. How does it feel?
Oh, yeah, always a great feeling. Always a good result coming off of a game like this is always something that we always want. Obviously, a tough battle always against these guys. It's a big rivalry. Everyone knows it. Everyone sees it. Stands in the field. You see it as it goes. So these games always mean the most to everyone.
Let's talk about what went into the halftime talk, because obviously going down 2-0, like you could kind of see the belief start to come back right as the whistle blew to start the second half. But what went on during the break to really inspire you guys back to get this result?
Yeah, 2 goals deficit is really like the worst scoreline to honestly be down in soccer. So like you score one, the whole momentum shifts. So like all we needed, we made a little bit of a formation adjustment. I ended up going out to like the outside, create a little bit more space for us. Like we like to attack that outside, and like I said, we all needed was one, and the whole momentum shifts, and obviously the whole game changed right after that. So that speaks for itself.
Absolutely, the momentum shifts were unbelievable in this match, and when you guys took it, you did not let it go for a second. Obviously, so much to still look forward to on this season. You've got the last round of qualifying to hopefully represent Region 1. You've got APSL stuff coming up as well. I know you have the last match of the season against these guys, but on Tuesday night, amazing. But what are we hoping for this season? What are we looking forward to? And how are we going to stay healthy and stay going strong as we go into to the last little bits?
Yeah, definitely one game at a time. Obviously, the next one is going to be against Lansdowne on Tuesday. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit taken a little bit lightly, considering we already clinched the league. So obviously, looking forward to that. It'll be the playoffs of the APSL. That's the first thing, but one game at a time. APSL, then the amateur regional final. And then from there, one game at a time, moving on to the Final Four, and I think it's in Milwaukee after that for the Amateur Cup. So yeah.
Well, that's amazing, and the best of luck, my friend. A consummate professional.
Thank you so much.
Hey, hope to see you in Milwaukee.
For sure.
It'll be amazing. For Game and Frame, I have been Diego Mijan with Nicholas Marshall behind the camera, joined, of course, by James Tristino. A huge congratulations to the Pancyprian Freedoms, who played one heck of a game. Folks, lots to look forward to on Game and Frame. Head over to our Instagram, both to vote for Save of the Month and to see what else we got coming down the pike. It has been an honor being here in Queens. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.